comments about that. You know, I don't think we need it, personally. A few of you expressed the same thing. Quite a few from the email list expressed that same sentiment, so.
No, I was going to ask, do we think it would be a good idea to send a letter out to those people who are not on the email list, to at least give them an opportunity?
Well, that was the idea, that we have it documented, right? You have the names of the people that voted yes, people who voted no, so we have a record of that. So we don't need to have, what do you say, duplication of effort. Just send it to the people who were not on that list, who did not respond. So, and then we take that whole consensus and go by that. I mean, it looks pretty obvious that most people don't want it up there. So, but this will confirm it, and then if anybody wants to challenge us, it's been fairly voted on by the entire community. We didn't try to sweep something under their noses, okay? So,
and I was going to tell you, Bill, by the way of you and I, the discussion that we had regarding illustrations on the booklet, and we were just kidding around, like, you know, using certain things to introduce chapters in an easy way, and I had sent that out to each and every board member. I had done that a little Photoshop of the Meadowbrook sign without the lettering below it. And it was unbelievable the difference that it made. It looked so much better without that.
well, that's how it was when we came in here, and then, of course, if the landscaping is good under there, which we intend to do, beef that up a bit, it looks nice. I mean, all these communities, it doesn't matter that they gated, the Brooks doesn't have any sign. Just because they're gated, you know, one thing has nothing to do with the other. If down the road this community wanted this place gated, we could take a vote. If there was strong enough appeal to have the place gated, we would look into it. But being, you know, putting a sign does not solve the issue. The issues are going to take our efforts to resolve. So, and ironically, I've seen a lot more people cooperating because they don't feel that stuff's being forced down their throat. So there's, I know that's your phone, Sunshine. I know somebody from my era, in the Gata Bavita, Sunshine, how you look. When he comes back with whatever he's doing, I'd like to take a vote to see how you feel about it.
Make a motion.
Mailing. Well, I'll make a motion now. We have enough here anyway. I make a motion to send letters out to the rest of the community who did not respond on the email list to get a fair survey from the entire community about whether to keep the de-restricted community letters.
I'll second the motion.
Do you think on just a small, you know, if we were trying to do something that was really like you know, the board of directors, then we've got to be sure we get to everybody. But in the case of the email list, maybe we should just exclude from the people we send something to the entire email list, because the email list probably got to every one of those people.
Yeah.
And we aren't looking here for an absolute, you know, return receipt kind of situation. So
No.
maybe it just should be the people that are not on the email list.
No, but this way, it's nobody can argue. You know, say, oh, well, I never saw the message on my computer. My computer. I deleted things, and that might have got lost. Here, we know you've been sent a letter, and you also were on the email list, and you didn't respond.
You don't know that they received the letter either.
Well, let me ask you this question. I want to make sure I get this clear. You would only send it to those people who have not responded, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so even if they're on the email list, they didn't respond, they would get a letter.
I think so. I think that's what I'm saying, because this way it's fair. I mean, look, we did it with the mailboxes. We actually got more than a 2/3 vote for the mailboxes. So people get letters, you know. I guarantee if you send a check to everybody $100, they'll get it.
Well, and not that it would happen.
Get what they want to
Perhaps
get.
maybe something goes into the spam file.
Now, I missed it, Bill. Are we backing up on the removal of those
No.
letters?
We're taking a vote about sending a letter to everybody. The question was, the people that were on the email list, we're assuming they got that email. So do we exclude them all, or just exclude the ones who actually responded, whether they responded yes or no? We can document those because he's got proof that they responded, either for or against. We have no proof that the other people, they probably didn't feel like responding, but maybe they didn't get it. So my thought was to send it to anybody who didn't respond.
Plus the ones that are not on the email list.
Correct. Yeah, well, that's everybody in the community who did not respond to the email list.
Okay.
Does that sound good? I'll make a motion that we do that.
I will second it.
Okay, all in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye, okay. So it's pretty much unanimous. So we're going to do that. We'll send a letter out to vote on removing those letters, the deed-restricted community, from the sign.
Okay, Doug, then I'll work with you on giving me who, okay.
Yeah, you can
Now,
go.
Bill, so what's going to determine that? Are you looking for a certain number? Are you looking for a percentage? I mean, what's
Yeah,
going to
well,
define
a
it?
majority vote, just
Okay.
like the mailboxes, it requires a majority vote. And that's what, I just want to know that we were fair to everybody. All right? Does that sound right to you? Okay. So we can move on?
Yep.
All right. Community information and rules booklet. So I put together a new booklet, and we had a little friction the last time because, see, in this original booklet they put in here, it's a summation of the documents, summary of the governing document. In no way is there an inference that this is the Bible here. It's a community information booklet to make people's lives a little easier, to let them know what's going on. I wrote this whole thing out, and I tried to keep it a certain style that would be easily readable and comfortable for everybody. Instead of this, again, community information and rules, and there's a lot of things that are wrong in this original booklet, okay? They're not accurate, and some things actually contradict the documents. Nothing can contradict the documents when you send it out to people. And that's what this is. There's nothing in here that will contradict the documents. I challenge anybody to tell me that this is a contradiction of the documents. And I talk about some of the things in the book. What does your HOA expect from you? Basically, you are required to do your part in keeping the community beautiful by maintaining your home and premises to the highest standard and being considerate of your neighbors. You are expected to abide by the rules and regulations as outlined in the documents. Every homeowner is entitled to reasonable enjoyment of the property, yet every homeowner is entitled to peaceful enjoyment of the property as well. We strive to maintain that balance. So, yes, you're allowed to use your property, enjoy yourself. It's not a prison. But by the same token, the person across the street or next door is entitled to their peace and quiet. And if we're being overwhelming to them, we have to put a lid on it. So that's kind of the feel of this whole thing. Also, in the front, I started out by saying Meadowbrook is a deed-restricted community, which means all homeowners are subject to certain rules and regulations pertaining to their property ownership in order to protect the property values and rights of fellow homeowners. It is strongly recommended that all homeowners read and understand the original community documents, which includes the Declaration of Covenants, the Articles of Incorporation, and the bylaws for Meadowbrook. These documents can be accessed by going to the community website at www.meadowbrookbonita.com. Homeowners may log in and will be given a password. And then I just go on, I take a little paragraph of the board explaining how the board is made up of volunteers, a brief thing on assessments, the two main committees that we have, ACC and CEC, modifications, but in a nice way, so that it's not like the Gestapo pointing a finger at you and telling you we're going to sentence you to death because you got some mold on your wall. That was the whole idea. This is to be, make this place tighter, a peaceful community. All right, property maintenance, some tips on the lawn, how to deal with brown spot, bare spots. A lot of people They think it's some bugs that are destroying, that you got one little spot. Very often you're not getting good water coverage there, or somebody put too much fertilizer in that spot and burned it. And you rake that out and put